The easiest version of you to manipulate is rarely the version that is stupid. It is the version that is tired, flattered, rushed, guilty, or trying hard to be fair. That is the part most people miss about manipulation. It usually enters through a feeling before it enters through an argument. Someone asks for a small favor, but the timing feels wrong. Maybe it is. Can you just cover this one thing? It will only take a minute. Your stomach tightens. Your mouth says, "Yeah, sure," before your brain checks the cost. Then, you walk away and replay the sentence. You notice the compliment before the request. You notice how they made refusal sound selfish. You open your phone to answer normally, and somehow, you are writing a reply that protects their feelings more than your own boundary. That moment is not stupidity. It is a mind trying to stay connected while also staying safe. Manipulators use the gap between those two needs. Once you can see that gap, the whole game starts looking different. Today we're going to break down what makes someone harder to manipulate, why that does not require becoming cold, and how your mind can learn to pause before someone else takes the wheel. Welcome back. Let's get started. Manipulation works best when it moves faster than your self-trust. Most of the time it sounds reasonable. It arrives as urgency, disappointment, charm, helplessness, or a sentence that makes you feel bad for needing a second. Pressure shrinks your options. When someone rushes you, your brain stops comparing choices and looks for the quickest way to make discomfort end. Saying yes gives instant relief. Explaining yourself gives instant relief. Apologizing gives instant relief. But relief and consent can feel almost identical when you are under pressure. The first sign of becoming harder to manipulate is delay. A tiny space between the request and your response. Long enough to ask, "What am I being pushed to do?" before I have chosen it. That pause matters because it brings the decision back into your body. Being impossible to manipulate does not mean never trusting anyone. At that point, fear is just wearing a serious face and calling itself wisdom. Real resistance is clarity under pressure. You can still care, listen, and be generous. You just stop treating someone else's emotional weather like an emergency command. A guilt trip depends on one quiet assumption. If someone feels bad, you must fix it. So when they sigh, go cold. Write, fine, or pause for half a second. Your brain rushes in like a tiny repair team. You adjust your tone. You soften your no. You offer extra reasons. And the pattern notices. If discomfort makes you surrender, discomfort becomes the button. The deeper shift starts when you tolerate someone's disappointment without instantly betraying yourself. Your chest may still feel tight. Your fingers may hover over the keyboard. You may type a perfect explanation, delete it, type another one, and somehow produce a legal defense for not being available Tuesday. The skill is staying with the discomfort long enough to let it pass without obeying it. Your nervous system needs evidence. It needs to experience that someone can be annoyed and you can remain safe. Someone can misunderstand you and you can survive. Someone can withdraw warmth and you do not have to chase it like oxygen. This is where the usual advice starts to feel too small. Just say no skips the part where your body treats no like social danger. Stop caring what people think skips the part where humans are built to care. The goal is not to remove care. The goal is to stop making care the steering wheel. Manipulators often blur responsibility. They hand you a feeling and hope you mistake it for a task. Their stress becomes your deadline. Their loneliness becomes your guilt. Their anger becomes your emergency. If you grew up around unpredictable moods, this can feel familiar. You learned to read the room before the room read you, so your mind kept the job. Now, as an adult, that skill can make you too available for other people's chaos. Becoming hard to manipulate means giving responsibility back to its owner. Quietly, cleanly, without a speech. I understand you're upset. That is empathy. I will change my decision so you stop being upset. That may be self-abandonment. The difference is not always visible from outside, so feel for the cost inside your own body. Do you feel open or cornered? Do you feel willing or recruited? Do you feel like you are choosing or escaping punishment? A useful boundary can be slow. I need to think about that. I can't answer right now. That does not work for me. These sentences remove the manipulator's favorite ingredient, immediate access, and once immediate access is gone, pressure has to reveal itself. The people who become hardest to manipulate are usually not the coldest ones. They can feel guilt without handing it the keys. They can feel fear without letting it write the message. They can feel someone's disappointment and still remember where they end. You do not become impossible to manipulate by becoming unreachable. You become harder to move when your kindness stops coming with an open control panel. If one sentence in your life needs more delay before you answer it, write it in the comments. And if you want more uncomfortable but useful truths about your mind, explain this clearly, subscribe.